So what we have here are certificates saying what these gems are. Now, why on earth would you need to have a certificate to tell you what a gem is? Robert?
When I get the stones, and may I ask what this stone is? Is this a sapphire?
We have a pink sapphire. We have a blue sapphire set in quartz. You can't see it from there. But we have that beautiful long pink sapphire. Min has that. And we have a pair of earrings that somebody is wearing, yes, with a pair of purple sapphires. Yeah.
So I'll start with the purplish pink sapphires. When I get these sapphires from the mine, whether I buy them from a cutter from the mine, I study them to make sure the stones are natural. There's several different treatments they do to stones. One, they could color them, they could coat them, but these are not natural processes. These are easy to determine. The one that's most difficult to determine is when the stone has been heat treated. Now, there's more of a demand for sapphire than we have that we can take out of the ground. So what they've been doing for several hundred years, they've been heat treating sapphires so it enhances the color and also improves their clarity. Sapphires have this, what we call a natural silk, very microscopic little natural inclusions in the stone. And when you put this heat on the stones, it actually will, we call it burn it. It actually crystallizes it, so it takes away from our visual perspective the silk in the stone. That silk also becomes dark when we heat the stone. So it's not a natural process. So when I get a certificate, I've looked at the stone already. I already know it's natural. But I think it's so important that another laboratory gives this verification. And so we have several laboratories around the world that the rest of the world, the jewelry trade, the auction trade, the secondhand trade, and all the brands will identify these as a laboratory expert. So I go out and get secondary certificates. On that,
why do you get two, Robert?
Pardon me?
Why do you get two certificates?
On larger stones, I spend so much time taking the stone and fastening it and making it cut as pure as I can to flawless. When a stone has very little inclusions, it's sometimes very difficult to tell if the stone has been heated if you don't have see that inclusion that has identified that it has been heated. So to get a secondary certificate just gives that in the future that no other laboratory, if they gave my certificate plus 2 more laboratory certificates, as long as these sapphires have never touched another piece of any heat, and the heat is actually fairly extreme. These are natural stones and they're such rarity. It's only 3%, 2 to 3% of the stones out there that are natural gemstones. All the rest have been some sort of heat treatment to them. So it's so important to me to have secondary verifications. I also do it because no other company does it. They always get one certificate. So on those pink sapphire earrings, it's actually purplish pink. So if you read the certificate, one laboratory might say it's purple, one might say it's pink, but it's just an amazing color. And they look, and they're so bright on the ear, and that's why we cut them and fasten them and put them in that kind of mounting. So no matter what the light, whether it's bright light, whether it's a dim light or a dinner light, you're going to see how bright those stones are. It's a wonderful match of a combination of purple and pink together. So I also get these certificates because sometimes laboratories might describe the color a little bit different. Kind of enjoy that to see what the laboratories are going to describe the color, whether it's purplish pink or pinkish purple.
Yes. So, so the reason for this also is that because they are rare, a lot of people are interested from a collector's point of view because they have some lasting value. because they are scarce and they are rare. And this is an important fact, that an unheated, untreated gem is a scarce resource. Now, I've never been a great fan of selling gems and jewellery on the basis that it is an investment. But these goods actually qualify for that. From my point of view, I think of that as something that I would pass on to future generations in my family.